Welcome to Entertain FM. You're listening to the Cosmos radio station, and I am here with Fig, the co-founder of Squid router that's built on Axelar. You're going to get a demo from Mr. Fig.
Hey, Shango, nice to be here, and thanks for having me.
What's your background? You seemingly came out of nowhere. I met you at Cosmoverse in Medellin. Now you've built a router for the Cosmos. What's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, super excited to be where we're at already. My background, I'm a dev, so I was a freelance developer doing some data and some backend and front end for a few years before getting into crypto. I've also got a background in TradFi. I studied medicine in uni. I was a musician for a while, did a bunch of things.
Oh, you've got a multifaceted background. How did you end up in crypto?
My crypto journey started with music, actually. I was part of a peer-to-peer torrenting network called WhatCD back in the day. I first touched Bitcoin needing to donate to, it was a decentralized community and we had to pay for servers in some way. So we paid for it in Bitcoin. And I didn't think of it much at the time, but fast forward a few years and I had a bunch of friends in New York who were high frequency traders and they were starting to trade crypto. And so I got into crypto through them. I built a trading bot, which was trading on chain, which is actually not what they were doing. They were just trading on sexes. But by building something on the blockchain, I started learning about blockchains and decentralization and what this could do. And I was working in TradFi at the time. So I saw all these inefficiencies which could be fixed by this technology. So I quit my job in TradFi, went full-time crypto.
Wonderful. So tell us about Squid. What is that and what does that help the trader do?
What we were seeing, this was back in end of 2020, start of 2021, bunch of different alternate layer ones in the Ethereum ecosystem popping up, and the ecosystem was trying to scale. It was a really bad user experience for everyone. We were trying to get to a new application. You had to go through a bunch of loopholes, number of steps to just get your assets there, and then you might have to download a new wallet, do all these things. While I was one of these people going around and trying to try all these new apps, but I found out about Axelar network, which was my first introduction into interoperability. And it's this idea that your listeners will be super familiar with, of connecting chains together and using all this infrastructure as if it's one application and being able to just interact with it through one interface. So I got super excited by this idea of generalize this internet of blockchains, and I learned about the Cosmos through Axelar and saw that a lot of the ideas actually came from this group of people like Ethan, like back in the days, like Sunny, they're all thinking about it so early on. Yeah, we decided to build Squid. It's the most simple thing you can build, really. It's just cross-chain swaps. So you get one token on one chain to one token on another chain, and you can call a contract as well. So you think of it like payments across chain, buying an NFT across chain, staking across chains, doing trading, bringing that experience back into what you would get on a single chain, but now you can do the same things no matter what chain you're on or wherever your money is.
When would you stake on another chain that is not native to the one that you're on?
You're not necessarily staking the tokens in your wallet. Say I'm on Osmosis and I've got Osmo. I'm not staking my Osmo on the Cosmos Hub necessarily. Like maybe one day with interchain security, we have something like this, or mesh security. But I mean more, I've got money in my wallet. I've been holding Osmo and I learn about this new app chain which has popped up and I want to buy their native token. I want to stake it on the validators in that chain. I can swap my Osmo for that token, the new native token, and stake it in the same transaction. If you think of it same in the Ethereum world, if I have USDC in my wallet and I want to get staked, let's say Avalanche, AVAX, and this time you'd be staking into a lending pool, like a protocol like Aave or like Mars, you can do that in one transaction as well. So under the hood, Squid would be swapping your USDC into the token you want to stake, and then also staking it in the same transaction, just in one click.
It's largely a UX improvement for users, but under the hood, you're doing the same thing as a user would do manually.
Exactly. Yeah. You're getting the same optimal route. We call ourselves a router. You think of us like 1inch or like another one of these protocols that aggregates different dexes, but we're doing it across chains. And we're not just doing swaps, we're integrating, aggregating, giving you the ability to interact with any application.
All right, why don't you give us a demo?
Okay, let's do it. The main use case for Cosmos at the moment is onboarding from the Ethereum ecosystem. Before, it was quite hard to get your assets over to the Cosmos. You might have to do a swap on Curve, or you have to find the right token which is bridgeable into the Cosmos. But we've done that now so that you can get into any Cosmos chain with one click from any token in your wallet. So the first thing to do, we've hosted this app on our own website, but you'll see this widget around the place. A bunch of our partners have integrated this interface onto their app.
Is this an SDK that lets people who want to use this integrate with Squid?
Yeah, exactly. We've got an API and SDK which let you build these arbitrary cross-chain flows, but this is the first application that's been built using the API and SDK. You can customize it with your own branding and
Oh, that's cool.
CSS on it. Yeah, it's so cute. I pop it in. It's a React component, so it's super easy to integrate. So the first thing is to connect your wallet. And select the chain that you want to send from. You see these EVM chains at the moment. And the token that you want to send from.
Oh, so it does the bridging component for you under the hood?
Yeah.
If I want to buy token X that's only on Ethereum, but my money, my USDC is on Avalanche. Show me.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, we've got any to any on the EVM.
Oh, wow, that's nice. That's very nice.
Yeah, any
Any
token.
to any. Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
So how long does it take?
This is a feature that's just going live now. We could even see it on the
This is
demo.
extremely exciting. Okay, here's the thing. If you have your money on Avalanche, you need to bridge out. You need to know the right URL to the bridge that you can trust. That's not going to rug you. First of all, it takes time for you to verify the right URL. Then once you're on Ethereum or whatever the destination chain is, you again have to verify the right URL, make sure you're on the right DEX on that chain, and then make sure that that DEX has the liquidity that you need in order to make the swap, so on and so forth. This reduces 3-4 steps in between into one. That's nice.
Yeah, it's so many steps. It's so many different websites as well. Like every time I interact with a new website in crypto, I'm scared like that it's going to be a rug or something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a bad user experience to have to try all these new websites. Just do a simple thing.
Let me ask you this. What's the security protocol for Squid Router? How do people know that you're not going to rug? How do people know that the bridges that you're using underneath have been vetted?
Squid is using Axelar in all cases in the EVM side. We obviously using IBC in the Cosmos side. When you're using Squid, you have the guarantee that you're just using Axelar, which is, I think, one of the key benefits of what we have is they're the most decentralized, generalized bridge that we have between all these chains. Currently, we don't show the route on the front end, but you'll be able to see the actual API response. We show you exactly the DEXs you'll be swapping on. It's dynamic based on the chain you're sending from. Avalanche is an instant finality chain, so it's really fast.
Why are you using 0.001?
Just because I'm about to send real mainnet funds.
Oh, we're in prod.
We're in prod right now, yeah. It says 2 minutes here. It's usually 1 minute from Avalanche, but we have this feature live on mainnet now. It might even happen with this transaction where transactions can take down to 20 seconds, maybe even only 5 seconds. And it's a feature we've built with Axelar. I'm not sure if Sunny came up with it, but also someone from Osmosis was involved in the original design. Look, it's already done.
This is great. It does show me the processing time and all the steps in between, so I do know that it is working.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And great visuals too.
Axelar has a cross-chain block explorer, which
yeah, now the liquidity is through the tube.
Yeah, the animations are so cute. Yeah, you can see, look, this one was just executed in 20 seconds.
Wow.
That was always the worst part of cross-chain, is it takes so long. Now we can do things that are, I think, snappy enough for users to be pretty happy with, even normal Web2 users.
You just went from Avalanche to BNB chain. Avalanche is an EVM chain, and BNB chain, if I'm not mistaken, the Beacon chain is a Cosmos SDK chain.
It's a Cosmos SDK chain, but it's an EVM chain.
From what I understand, the Cosmos SDK chain got turned into their Beacon chain, and then their smart chain is kind of like a subnet, like Avalanche's C chain subnet. But anyway, whatever, it works. Cool.
It works. Yeah, this is working by Axelar as normal. We're doing the integration layer with all the DEXs. So Axelar allows you to just bridge tokens. and call an arbitrary contract,
Mhm.
and we do all the everything on either side.
They've built the chip and you've built the phone, or they've built the engine and you've built the car.
I think of it like they've built the highways and we built Google Maps.
That's a good one.
Their infrastructure is amazing. It's what
Mhm.
made it possible for us to build
Right.
this. Like this block explorer is a great example. Like the
Mhm.
amount of things we had to fix, like cross chains, just so complex.
They were telling me about general message passing, and now I'm seeing it used in prod.
I haven't got front ends for this, but I also got examples of like buying an NFT across chain. Say if the NFT was denominated, like you had to purchase it using BNB token, you could also do that. The staking as well. These general message passing ideas.
Is the NFT functionality a part of your future roadmap, or is that something that you could show me now in testnet?
I can show you a script now, but I wouldn't be able to, we don't have a front end. So we have an examples repo. You can see the examples here. Cross-chain swap, buy an NFT, cross-chain zap, which is going into a liquidity pool position, cross-chains, deposit to Cosmos. I won't do a code run through, but let's run it.
Send it.
Yeah, full demo gods sacrifice, right? This is the NFT which I'm buying. So if I log in, we should be able to see.
Small treasures. What is that? Is that an NFT on Arbitrum or something?
Yeah, it's an NFT on Arbitrum. Yeah. It's just the cheapest NFT I could find.
Oh, because you're gonna buy it in prod.
In prod again, yeah. So I've got 15 right now. What we're building now is a widget for purchasing across chain. So it's just literally a buy button where you select any token in any chain. So you log in with your wallet and it shows you all your different tokens on all the different chains you have tokens on. You select the token you want to pay with and you pay with it in a single click. Hopefully be partnering with projects like Treasure. We haven't spoken to them yet.
Is this the same as Treasure DAO, folks?
Yeah, this is Treasure DAO, yeah.
Oh, okay. This is John Patton.
Yeah, I think they have Cosmos connections. Yes.
Oh, he used to work on Osmosis.
Yeah, let's see if it's worked. Oh, we had an error. I'm not sure what's happened. Demo gods have failed us. So Squid does a transfer into Magic and then buys the NFT. All of the gas payment is done via Axelar, and also Squid calculates some of it.
When are you going to have the Osmosis integration done?
Currently, all you can do with Cosmos on Squid is sending any token on an EVM chain to Axelar USDC on any Cosmos chain. And that's because we don't have swaps built on the Cosmos side yet. And we currently have an integration and testnet working, but we have an integration working with Osmosis so that you swap from any token on an EVM chain into Axelar USDC, you bridge it over to Osmosis, and then you can swap into any token on Osmosis and then IBC transfer it off into the Cosmos. So what we'll end up with is you can now select any token on Osmosis and have that on any of these Cosmos chains that we support.
Osmosis provides a necessary piece of infrastructure between Axelar and the rest of the Cosmos network.
Yeah, it's super exciting.
What if someone just wants to swap within an existing pool in Osmosis instead of going to another chain?
We're adding the capability to have single chain swaps as well. So we'll naturally call, if you have Osmosis to Osmosis, you can't do that right yet, but you could select Osmosis on the source chain as well. Be able to do any of the tokens on any of the chains we support to any of the other tokens on any other chain.
On the Avalanche side, are you integrated with its dexes?
Yeah, just integrated with all of them. So you get the best liquidity. And the same side on the Cosmos side. So integrating not just with Osmosis, but with Wind, with Duality, with Crescent. So you can imagine, yes, some tokens might not be on Osmosis, so might have a better trade on different decks.
It finds the most optimal route where you get the most bang for your buck.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Actually, one thing just for right now is we built a faucet bot. So if anyone onboards from the EVM ecosystem into a Cosmos chain, we have a bot which is watching all of the transfers via Squid. And if a user doesn't have any gas tokens in their wallet, we send them a tiny amount of gas so that they can actually use the chain. It makes onboarding even easier.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you have to do to get user acquisition.
So many steps if you want to get gas another way. So watch out for these any-to-any swaps via Osmosis and the other dexes coming, because it should make not just the EVM and the Cosmos world work together really well, but hopefully also the Cosmos world, because you'll be able to. We're also handling this unwinding issue in the Cosmos. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but if you want to send Juno on Osmosis to Juno on the Cosmos Hub, you actually have to do 2 transactions. You have to send it from Osmosis to Juno first, and then you know, to the Cosmos hub in a second transaction. And we're also handling that issue. So be able to just get your tokens around as easily as possible. Would love for any of your listeners to try us out as a way of getting from the centralized exchange world into the Cosmos or from the EVM world.
That's the end goal anyway. With centralized exchanges going down, banks going down, trust in those institutions at an all-time low.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, usability for DeFi is better than it has ever been before. Starting
Yes.
with Squid Router.
That's what we're trying to do, be competitive with Web2.
Thank you so much for coming on to Interchain FM and giving us a demo of the power of Squid Router.
Thanks for having me.